But even with that, like he's one of the goats to me.
Think in the 90s, Steve. He had a 5-second blink and you miss it cameo in Men in Black. Hilarious. Knocked it out of the park just by being a smarmy douchebag. And they see Drew getting something out of the fridge. So Kate's like, oh, look at little Chubby. And she grabs him, but Earl pops up. Look at a little pudgier, too. Does he got like padding on or is he just packed
He totally
on
does.
Steve?
It's got the mad flavor. So when your party starts bumping and the ladies start bouncing, turn it up with Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor.
Damn. I love that.
Happened in the 90s.
Somebody who never got their flowers, I feel, who never got the love and admiration, but who's been quietly killing it this whole time is Mr. David Cross.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good call. He's an underground hit, Steve. If somebody knows about him, that makes them cool comedian or person.
But that's the issue I have, man. He shouldn't be he had his underground era. Like you should be up there. Every time I see the man on screen, the dude is always hilarious, whether in a skit, a cameo, in a movie.
His own thing, somebody else's thing, all of it. You're right. He's like the designated hitter you bring in just to like crush it. It's questionable script. You're like, I got a guy a guy that's going to knock this out of the park. And that's a good call too, because, and also he's just kind of been like, everybody has their ways to fame and stuff. So like the guy he did Mr. Show with, you know, Bob Odenkirk, that guy's kind of catapulted into this weird echelon of fame that he's not in, but he's in a comedy fame that's like, he's one of the top notches if you've been paying attention. You know, he hasn't been doing any, like a lot of dramatic shit, but man, I'm with you. Anytime I see him, it's hilarious. And the stuff where it's like his stuff, the Mr. Show stuff, I mean, that's all time. Like that puts you at a Mount Rushmore level of comedy, as far as I'm concerned.
Him and Odenkirk, they were both slow builds. Wasn't Bob Odenkirk in an episode of Seinfeld? I want to say he was.
Probably. But then David Cross was in massive amounts of stuff, even stuff we're about to talk about that you don't even realize. Like they just kept utilizing him. And he'd be in like some movies and stuff where he'd knock it out. Scary Movie 2 is one thing that everybody kind of knows him for. But I mean, he has a slew of almost like underground hits. There's a movie called Run, Ronnie, Run that I don't think anybody knows about. That's amazing that you know about because you hung out in college. But David Cross, give him a raise. I'd like to see a David Cross-led show again, Steve. I'd like to see that. I feel like we're at a point with where the entertainment's at where you can get almost like an uncensored comedy almost anywhere, like Netflix, you name it. Everybody wants that. So, man, it's exciting to think. I don't know if anything's on the horizon for David Cross, but good shout out, dude. Living legend.
Forget about Arrested Development. Like that kind of brought him some mainstream. But even with that, like he's one of the goats to me.
Think in the 90s, Steve. He had a 5-second blink and you miss it cameo in Men in Black. Hilarious. Knocked it out of the park just by being a smarmy douchebag. And he would just show up in movies and be like that memorable thing that you were like, man, remember that scene where like this, that, or the other? And Arrested Development. That's kind of probably most people's favorite thing of his. And rightfully so. I mean, Never Nude. That's something that's timeless at this point.
He was even
thing. I mean, go Tobias. Just the fact his name is Tobias.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your Harlem Heat tees and your Heat VHS tapes because you can't play with my yo-yo. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out. You can't play with my yo-yo. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out.
Banger.
Well, today, my friend, we're talking about all the good things and the bad things in the 90s on March 19th. Starting off in 1990, Salt and Pepper would release Black's Magic. Very educational album.
Fire album, too, Steve. Spinderella.
Daddy still loves you, baby.
And they're like dope MCs too. So I hate to like be the white guy that says that, but it's a good album. Like it's a legit good album. And I just said it, Steve. They're legit dope MCs, Steve. And we even get don't talk about sex, Steve. I want to talk about sex with her
Oh
or
my
anybody.
God.
So, but
Still,
yeah, for sure. I didn't look it up, but
it was kind of a empowering women's lib of an album because it's let's talk about sex and they're trying to educate people about HIV. People are still ignorant about it at this time. This is before Magic Johnson made his infamous press conference where he had to retire for the first time. And there's also express yourself.
Black's Magic is dope too. Like the signature song, the title song of it. Talk about sex is just a timeless classic. And I'm looking at all of the members of Salt and Pepper, and Steve, time is time, but they can all still get it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
But especially you, though, Spinnerella.
Let's talk about sex.
Do you really want it, baby? Let me know.
As a 90s kid, like, bro, I always sort of had this negativity towards female rap music. I'll admit it. But I gotta be honest with you. Upon further review, as an older gentleman, as a wiser gentleman, Steve, as I could say that now, love it. Shame on me, but I missed out on some shit, and this is one of them. I knew Salt and Pepper, like Salt and Pepper, loved the visual, was very into that, very stricken with the ladies, but didn't respect the music as much, and shame on me, Steve.
Yeah, shame on you. That following year, 1991, Yo-Yo would release Make Way for the Motherlode. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out.
So many nice Cube moments in this. That's a good song, Steve. Can't Play With My Yo-Yo is great, but my personal favorite is What Can I Do? If there's ever a movie about me, which would be boring as hell, that would be one of the soundtrack songs. It's that good.
With Ice Cube as one of the writers, as well as his cousin, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. They both co-wrote this album along with Yo-Yo. And speaking of childhood crushes, Yo-Yo, still to this day, she's got those eyes like Erykah Badu. Oh, man.
It's kind of like parallel, but to me, again, as an ignorant white dude, she almost to me was like Queen Latifah of the West Coast. Like she has like kind of like that vibe a little bit, but I'm like you. I didn't listen to a lot of Yo-Yo back in the day. I knew of her because of her association with Ice Cube a little bit, but definitely, oh my God. That was little Matt's crush resembled Yo-Yo quite a bit. Like if I just had a prototypical woman, she's awesome, Steve. She's awesome.
She's awesome. She's dope. She's fantastic and stupendous. But before we had Notorious B.I.G. and Lil' Kim, before we had Jay-Z and Foxy Brown, we had Ice Cube and Yo-Yo as far as the protege, if you will, or the femc that you take under your tutelage. They were a nice duo, man, and I don't think we got enough Yo-Yo. She got one foot in the game, and then she was like, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know why, because it's fantastic. And I mean, just in this album, like, we get George Clinton's in this. You get massive amounts of Ice Cube. I mean, at one point he says something about hanging somebody from their titty, Steve, and which I just love. That's a great line. Del the Funky Homo Sapien, also shout out. He was just on SNL, Steve. He did like a live performance with the Gorillas. I actually was impressed. It was cool. But this album's fantastic. Yo-Yo's fantastic. And that is crazy. Like, is this her only album?
No, she has a couple. She dropped this in 91. She has Black Pearl the following year. You Better Ask Somebody 93 and Total Control in 96. So she has a total of 4 albums.
So she had her chance, but this one is a banger. So, and as somebody who has a show about the 90s, she shouts out the 90s constantly in this. So it's like a nice little like shout out to our show, Steve, when I listen to it. Thanks, Yo-Yo.
She's had more of a film or acting career than her actual music. She was in, of course, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, Strapped, that movie that we covered, Sister Act 2, Panther, Sprung, 3 Strikes, Paper Soldiers. She was Key Lolo from Martin. She was in an
Oh
episode of New York
shit!
Killer.
Okay,
Yeah, that's her.
hell
She
yeah.
was in a lot of stuff. Yeah, man. So shout out to Yo Yo with your fine self. And then in 1993, Just Another Girl on the IRT premieres. With hopes of becoming a doctor and not a product of her environment, a Brooklyn teenager is faced with numerous challenges that threaten her dreams. Directed by Leslie Harris, starring Arian A. Johnson, Kevin Thigpen, and Ebony Gerardo.
I never heard of this, Steve. Watched it. Super like gritty, and I feel like obviously like there's got a lot of inspiration from Spike Lee. It's crazy how much power that guy had with his influence and like his art in that short of a time. Like this is early 90s, but crazy movie, very low budget movie, but still proves that if you got some like actual good shit, the look, you know, you can make it work, and they definitely did. I mean, it's tough to watch sometimes. I mean, they throw a baby away, or they, you know, you think a baby's thrown away in the trash at one point. That's doesn't make me feel nice inside. But as for something I never heard of, I was like, okay, because then you start looking into it. It won a bunch of awards, like a Sundance Award, I think, and it looks like that kind of a movie.
This is the first movie to, I guess, center on a female from the inner city as the main protagonist. And I would see the cover art for this a lot. I know it'd be mentioned within the Black films you must see. And this was my first time watching it. It's very realistic. I know that this is someone's reality, quite a few people's reality in this scenario. And it was frustrating to watch. Her boyfriend gave her money, buku money, to get this abortion. It's like, man, we can't do this. I'm gonna mess up my future. Gave her the money. What does she do? First thing she does, turns to her homegirl, let's F the mall up. Let's get this, let's get that at this store. And then, like, when she gets pregnant, now she wants to throw the baby away when the man gave you money for the abortion. So I was just like, I thought you were supposed to be smart. The hell?
Yeah, as a main character, she definitely makes some weird blunders in this where you're like, man, that's what you wrote for this. Like, it doesn't make you like the main character, but then like it shows like at the end though, you thought that maybe the guy threw the kid away or whatever, but I like that they didn't do the Tyler Perry thing where like the dude's the monster in this and like just went through with it or whatnot. Like the dude ends up saving the day also. This guy's like a straight up stand up dude in this movie. And I have some of the facts up, but like this movie, they pulled a Robert Rodriguez in New York City of all places to film this, but paid like 130 grand to make this. And like in a cool like aside, Michael Moore, the documentarian guy, he helped finance the post production on this to get it done. Michael Moore showing up.
He's a real one.
It was good though. I enjoyed it. It does look like a movie that like in the 90s, like a Clerks-ish type, where it looks low budget, but like it's all there. You know, it's like a high quality movie. And it was what it was. It was low budget because that's what it took.
Cinema verite, if you will.
Look at Steve with that film degree.
Got to do something with it. But also in 1993, Point of No Return premieres. A government fakes the death of a criminal to turn this young woman into a killer on its service. Directed by John Badham, starring Bridget Fonda, Gabriel Byrne, Dermot Mulroney, Anne Bancroft, and Harvey Keitel.
And it's a remake, Steve, of La Femme Nikita. The movie, not the show on USA.
The chick that looks like Edge.
She does. She's a mix of Edge and Christian in one body, one female body. I dug this movie too. It's got a bunch of cool people in it. It's got Gabriel Byrne in it, who's awesome. I mean, for me, he's one of the best devils of all time.
One of my favorite Irishes.
There you go. It's got a Bridget Fonda, Steve, who's kind of half in the single white female section, but I can see a little Melanie in there too. She's out here trying to kill people. She kills people and is given a second chance to not be a better person, but to kill people, Steve.
And about that, I couldn't help but think, gotta be the Def Jam comic, but she kills a cop.
Yeah.
And their first instinct is like, hey, let's make you an even bigger killing machine. Now, had that been a sister, this movie would be done in 5 minutes. Kill the cop, court scene, electric chair.
No court scene, Steve. It's
yeah. straight to the chair. And let closing credits, grand opening, grand closing.
You're
I just
right.
couldn't help but think that, man.
Well,
Jeez.
I mean, I can't argue with that. But in this case, yeah, I mean, the CIA is just like, hey, you're a psycho. Come over here for a sec. We could probably figure this out.
Yeah.
But that being said, Steve, a lot of fun moments in this. I like when they go to infiltrate like this Spanish woman's mansion. They're like nail ladies. And whatever their like plan of poisoning her with tea doesn't work. So Bridget Fonda's just like, bitch, just like injects the bitch, in front of everybody, Steve.
You're going to get down and you're going to lay down. There's also a cameo from Michael Rappaport. He's in the very beginning.
His resume is unquestionable. It's just like, I don't want to meet the dude, I feel like that'd be a negative experience. And another cool thing about this movie, Steve, and I'd be remiss if I should have led with this. We basically get to see Harvey Keitel play Winston the Wolf again.
Again, the cleanup man.
He's the cleanup guy, literally. He's just kind of a nerdy dude, but this guy is efficient. Like, he shows up with some suitcases, immediately is confronted by some police, and is just like, deet, deet. Keeps going, Steve. Keeps pushing. Got a bottle of acid just ready to go to dissolve the problem. So I found that very cool, too.
They're somewhat similar, him and the wolf, but they're still cool in their own right. Like you said, he kind of looks like a nerd. He's got like the Jeffrey Dahmer kind of deal. Then like he's just cold. He's stone cold.
Especially in that scene I'm talking about, because Bridget Fonda's like paired up with this black chick.
Lorraine Toussaint.
She gets like hit and is like, I gotta call somebody. And he's like, bitch.
She says she's got to call the cops. Like, the fuck you are.
Great 90s action movie. Some hot stuff in here too. A little erotic thriller action, whatnot. But you get Bridget Fonda. And while I don't like the look because it's too reminiscent of just
the Menace?
No, she single white female. It's too much. It's too close to that Marcy Darcy haircut, but still. Bridget Fonda, God bless. She's been in some bangers too, Steve. Give it up for Bridget Fonda too.
I was just going to say. Also in 93, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 premieres. When journalist April O'Neil discovers an ancient scepter with magical powers, the Turtles must cowabunga their way back to the 17th century Japan to rescue her from the evil clutches of Lord Noranaga. Directed by Stuart Gillard, starring Elias Koteas, Paige Turco, Vivian Wu, Sab Shimono, and Stuart Wilson. Sure.
You give it a shot, Steve, and that's what I respect. Just giving it a good college try, because I couldn't say it either. I'm going to give one a shot. Sab Shimono. That's all I got. I think I did that right, but it almost sounds like a Sab Judah with a boxer, and I don't know. Feels wrong. We kind of were talking about this before recording, but this movie has like a lot of hatred. For me, it's not the best of this trilogy. It's the worst of the three. There's moments in it I dig. And I'll say this, Steve, at the time, I was just a Ninja Turtles stan. Anything with a turtle, anything close, I'm in. Cartoon, live action, on stage with guitars, any of that I was into. So when this came out, on ice, I think I saw that too, to be honest with you. But you get to this, and this is what the genius was of having like such a toy tie-in to this. Before the movie came out, they released the cool-ass toys for the movie, and it got you hyped the fuck up, Steve.
It got you hyped up.
And for whatever reason, you had the normal toys, right? And then for the movies, you get this like upgrade where it was like kind of rubbery. It looked a little bit better quality. It wasn't like the cartoony thing. So I went into this movie just fired the hell up as a kid. I didn't walk away with a bad taste in my mouth. And I'll be honest with you, Steve, other than some cheesy moments and some plot points that make absolutely no sense, it's a kid's movie. I got Corey Feldman.
That's true.
I got Casey Jones a little bit. I got some guys saying hokey. A lot of that fun stuff. April O'Neil looking pretty hot too. I got a little bit of everything for a young Matt G. So from that point of view, I love it. From an adult point of view, it's a 5 out of 10. There's a lot of cool shit about it, I think there's a lot to like too. Wow, that's
Who are the ad wizards who came up with this one?
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
1995, WCW is airing Uncensored 95 in Tupelo Coliseum in Tupelo, Mississippi. Damn, they love the South.
Wow, with somebody named Big Bubba Rogers is one of the wrestlers up in the mix. Yeah, I get it. Tupelo Coliseum. What the, is it just like an empty, broken down Walmart? Like, what is it? What is it?
We want body slams.
Yeah. Kill his ass. It's just it's five guys that have no idea and no teeth.
We got a noose for you, Booker T. Jeez.
Yeah, but Brian Knobs and Jerry Saggs, they help get them out of there safely.
They stink.
Yeah, I hate them too. I didn't watch it, Steve. I can only assume from what I'm seeing on the card, it's not looking great, except maybe the headline match. Hulk Vader, how about? Sucked.
It sucked. It's a leather strap match.
Oh.
And yeah, dude, I think there was some interference from Ric Flair. And then I want to say Randy Savage came in for Hogan. And then after all of that, they introduced this guy named Renegade. This Timu-ass Ultimate Warrior. He had the same mannerisms, the same movements. He rushes down into the ring and he's doing his over time, Renegade, like, people are getting sick of him. Even in this intro, people are kind of like, what? Oh, this is the dude? Yeah.
Renegade? Like, I don't even remember this, so that's hilarious.
He could have named him after a Lorenzo Lamas syndicated TV show.
That's what I'm picturing. Did he have like a Lamas kind of look to him? I mean, you said he has Ultimate Warrior vibes. Was it more of like One Warrior Nation Warrior, or what are we talking here? Was there a lot of neon, or was it more of a subdued Lorenzo Lamas feel?
He had on the singlet. He had on like the wrestling singlet, and he had face paint, but it didn't have like a cool pattern or anything like Warrior did. He had like the 80s Warrior hair. And the guy who played Renegade, he was actually a former stripper.
Well, that tracks. That's fine. 90s male strippers, that was the pivot. You either keep slanging dick or you just put on a singlet, throw your body around in a different way, Steve.
Warrior was a former bodybuilder. Renegade's a former stripper. Like, that don't match. Like, at least the bodybuilder looks more apt to beat some ass. The stripper was like, dude, don't get behind me, bro. Like, all your moves need to be in front of me. Wrist locks.
Yeah, why are you so intense right now?
No.
What is that? I wanted to call out one thing that I saw on this that it made my brain almost break, Steve, where I'm seeing that there's a match early on with Ming and Hacksaw Jim Duggan that's called a martial arts match. Am I wrong? Am I misinterpreting the text?
No, it's a martial arts match. But why does Jim Duggan come to the ring with boots? This whole card is dumb as hell.
And then Johnny B. Bad versus Arn Anderson. I mean, that doesn't sound good either, Steve. Was that any good?
Boxer versus wrestler? Ridiculous. Johnny B. Bad won, and it didn't even last long, dude. Arn Anderson, he's looking like a wimp. I don't like that. And it's like your typical, like, oh my God, he's a boxer, he's swinging, but Arn is a wrestler, he's grappling. Like, man, this is not 1977. But get this, dude, the first match was the Blacktop Bully, aka Smash from Demolition, versus Dustin Rhodes in a King of the Road match. And it's basically them in the back of a like 14-wheeler, and they're trying to get to the front of the bed. The winner can ring the bell. The winner has to ring the bell at the front of the truck bed. There's people on the truck like driving by them to like get these shots. There's overhead shots, and both of them lost their jobs after this match because they bladed themselves, and WCW had a no blood policy. We're PG and we're for the Southern kids here. So they bladed, and the powers that be like, nope, you're done. I don't care if you're Dusty's kid.
Get out of here, Mad Max. What a dumb idea for a match, but that's also hilarious. No blood. Are you kidding me, guy? Like some panicked exec came over to them afterwards. Like, are you guys kidding me? This is WCW, okay? These kids don't want to see you blade.
Dude, I can't remember which match, but Ric Flair comes out and drag. If that wasn't enough,
What
Ric
the
Flair,
fuck?
yeah, he interferes with somebody's match, and at first, like you know how the commentator they play naive, like, oh my god, who's this woman? Blah blah blah. So, but then like the woman starts delivering blows to one of the wrestlers and starts taking them. Oh, that's not a woman, that's Ric Flair, dude. Later in the card, he's doing a promo with Vader, and you can still see the eyeliner. I'm like, dude, I don't get. And this was the first year this company made back their revenue. They profited 95. I can't tell how.
Also, I'm like putting this together. No blading, but the shit's called WCW Uncensored. They're like, no.
Yeah.
Censor that.
Well, dude, their version of uncensored is Jerry Saggs throwing Booker T into the popcorn machine. Oh my god, I can't believe wait, they're wild and crazy
He's
here.
got the hot butter. He's got the hot butter.
Yeah. Ric Flair's coming out and drag slapping people in the chest. Whoa, uncensored.
Who's that lady? Who is that lady with those weird side tits?
He's got on boxing gloves. He does not. Whoa, they're crazy.
Wow, hit and miss, guys. But 95, Steve, they got some time. You know, they just got to bide their time until NWO shows up.
Just one more year, Matt. But somebody who probably wasn't watching this hop of shit in 1995 is probably American shooting guard from the University of North Carolina, Michael Jordan.
My God. Why isn't he watching this, though? I feel like this would be right up his alley.
You know what? That might have been his pregame ritual, watching shitty WCW pay-per-views.
Why not? That's, you know, you got to do something to get pumped up. Why not watch Vader and Hulk slap each other with leather straps?
Feel this, brother.
Oh, yeah, bro. That's very weird. I don't like that at all now that I'm thinking of it, Steve. Let's move on.
Yeah, do you remember where you were when this news came out that he was returning?
I don't remember where I was, but I remember the feeling of excitement. Like, oh, yeah. And I don't really think, like, as a whole, like, a lot of people got to experience something like this at all. Like, a superstar retiring, coming back, is still in his prime almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or what, I guess, I don't know if we knew he was in his prime, but yeah. I mean, this was it, Steve. Everybody, like, this was like front page news everywhere.
Yeah. And I remember the clip. I'll never forget this, man. When Scotty, he's wearing the man's shoes. He points to his kicks and he's just like, come back, man. Come save me, Michael. Come save me. But I remember when it happened, I saw it on ESPN. I was like, yes. I was ambivalent at the time because that's my GOAT coming back. But at the same time, I was in my Penny Shaq era. I had moved on from the Bulls and Mike. At the same time, I was like, how dare you? You left us. Us Jordanites, us believers of the Jordan book. You just left us stranded. So you know what? I hope Penny and Shaq beat y'all's ass. And then the following year, they swept the Magic. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Mike. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean, Reggie's face in that picture behind you is everything. That's what all the basketball players that weren't on the Bulls were like, are you kidding me?
Well, they did win.
Yeah, they did. I mean, what was it? I mean, it was a pretty close game, but I mean, Jordan scored like, what, 19 points, 20 points?
19,
so
yeah.
That's nothing to Jordan. He didn't even have 23 on, but it was everything, dude. I was the same way, though. Like, everybody liked the Bulls when he was at the top before he retired, right? But we all had to move on, and Shaq was there just to take care of us, Kazam style, and Penny. And then Horace Grant gets thrown in the mix. And then Nick Anderson gets thrown in the mix.
Yeah.
And the jerseys were dope, Steve. The little star shit.
I need to get that in my collection, by the way. In 1997, Drew Carey is airing Season 2, Episode 20, Two Drews and the Queen of Poland walk into a bar. The gang support Drew when a crazy man, Earl, is let out of the mental institution and moves next door to Drew. Mimi prepares to meet the King of Poland with the hopes of becoming queen. Hilarity ensues.
Fantastic episode of the show. How many cameos also? What a bunch of two great cameos.
What was the other one?
So we get David Cross, right?
Yeah.
And Homer.
Dude.
That's fucking
Oh my-
Homer, bro. It's Dan Castellaneta. Is that how you say his name?
I don't think I've ever seen him in a live action role, man.
Oh, well, that's him, dude. Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
That's he's the king of Poland.
Dude, that's great. Dude, that makes the show even greater, man. This is goated.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's a great episode. And obviously, I'm not remembering when David Cross was in this, or even if that was a storyline that they just brought it like this in and, made that up. But it's great to see him on this. And yeah, we started off, as always, the friends are hanging out. Kate, Lewis, Oswald, Drew. They got some really exciting news, especially for somebody like Steve who loves the Cavs. They're the new sponsor of the Cavs, Steve. Buzz Beer.
It's not quite, because it's really just them putting stickers on their ass and going to the game.
Yeah. Or just trying to slap stickers on the players when they say good job. It's all sticker related marketing, which, I mean, it's the 90s, Steve. What are you going to do?
Hey, man, you shoot 100% of the shots you don't take. Kate, she's wanting to put the stickers in the locker room. She's going to follow the players into the post-game shower, and she's a little freaky deaky.
Kate, you put a Buzz Beer sticker someplace over here. And they leave because they got to go. They got to go throw some stickers around. Drew stays because he's just going to watch the game on TV, but he gets surprised by an unexpected guest, Steve. He seems extremely scared, and I got to be honest, I would too. The guy's kind of creepy. It's Earl. His name is Earl, Steve.
We ain't talking Jason Lee. We talking David C. And he's back, man. And he's just been released, we find out. He wants to say I'm sorry to Drew for scaring the shit out of him and just being a living nightmare. It's a part of his rehab duty to return to the victims that he might have done wrong and just call a truce, make things good. So Drew's like, oh, man, it's good, man. It's good to see you. You're doing better. So he offers to order a pizza. He gets on the phone and he calls the cops.
Help me help. And gets caught calling the cops, Steve. Earl's like, hey, man, what are you doing? And Drew's like, come on, dude. You're psycho. And the guy's like, no, I'm not. Look at this form. It says I'm not psycho. I got this EKG strip. See? It's psycho when I went in, but right here, that's not psycho. I'm good.
CVS receipt.
It is. So Drew's like, my bad, dude. You like pepperoni on your pizza? Cool. Let me go get a beer real quick. And he tries to call the cops again, but he can hear that Earl's on the phone. He's like, Earl, can you get off the phone, please? God damn it. I'm trying to call the cops, but Earl's like, you know what? Cool. I'm going to go. I can tell I came on a little strong, but it's cool because you know what? We're neighbors now. So we're going to get used to each other. I actually am renting the place right next door. So howdy, neighbor. And he just leaves that bomb to just go off, Steve.
Now we're at the office. Mimi comes in from a funeral. Her aunt died, apparently. She was the Duchess of Krakow.
Nice. Krakow. Nice. Actually, I'm renting the place right next door. So howdy. While still very subdued for Mimi, I like the nice little like accessory, the little like window blind accessory where it comes up. That's very like Terminator almost.
That was cool.
Yeah. And I don't know. The Big and Tall, I guess, has that kind of cool drip that she was looking for. But turns out this aunt was some kind of royal of some kind, like you said. Mimi doesn't like her, but Mimi doesn't like anybody, Steve. No one's surprised. So she's like, I'm next in line. Now there's this weird like possibility that maybe Mimi's about to be like the queen of something.
Oswald comes in because, he's a delivery guy. It's a package for Mimi, the heir to the throne, if you will. She gets some homemade kolaches, a 6-pack of Great Lakes brew, which I miss, a single rose, and a letter from Stan, the king of Poland.
Stan loves polka, loves Poland. Somebody else shows up after Oswald delivers that package, and it's Earl. Again, it's like, damn, dude. And he came to apologize. And he's like, look, man, I know that I pulled a gun on you before, right? I was just excited. I was just excited. I wanted to show you how excited I was by pointing a gun at you. That's my bad. That's my blunder. Okay.
Drew, I want you to be my role model. I need someone who leads a simple, bland, boring life. And you're the perfect person for that. I offer to mow your lawn, organize your Sega cartridges, cut the hair off your balls, do a little gardening.
Clean the garbage disposal when it breaks. You know, all the usual stuff. Not point a gun at you ever. I've learned. So Drew's like, okay, kind of weird. Hey, I'm not going to turn down some free work. You know.
Now we're at the Warsaw Tavern, and then there's a line dance going on, and we see Earl's dressed like Drew.
He's poking the shit out of the Warsaw, though. I mean, he's taking over the dance floor. He's out of breath. Weirdly, he's shopped at the exact same store Drew has. He's got the exact same outfit on, and everybody else is weird out. But Drew's like, I don't find it weird that this guy wants to live in my shadow. Before anybody can put a fat joke on it, he calls out all the fat jokes. He's like, you, Kate, I got that one. I got that one. Already ahead of it.
Oswald, I'm so fat. I'm so fat. I got it.
How dare you, Oswald?
So Kay's like, okay, so follows you everywhere, stalker. Follows you everywhere but kisses your butt. Best friend?
Yeah, that's really it. And then, to make matters worse, Mimi shows up, and she's back into the craziness, Steve. This is like the full official Mimi outfit. And she's getting ready to meet royalty, Steve, because she's showing up. The King of Poland's about to show up. They got to connect and figure out this whole royal situation. And sure enough, she's even got like a red carpet ready to go, you know? So she's not royal yet. She's trying to like impress. So the King of Poland shows up. She rolls out the red carpet. And the King of Poland's just some Cleveland trash, Steve. You didn't even know it was Homer because he looked so bad. He's that bad.
It's not every day the King of Poland rips one in your cab, huh? Anyone seen the Duchess of Krakow?
Yeah. You're just not into me because I still got my work clothes on, baby. He's
What
trash.
do you
Even me. Yeah. I'm unemployed, baby.
do? That's beside the point.
So Mimi's like, okay, I'm out. She's already a woman of very high taste, demanding. This guy's not fitting the bill. And she's like, okay, I'm out of here. She pulls out the red carpet, rolls it up. And he's like, look, if we get together, we get to take over this castle of some kind, some Polish castle, Steve. I don't even know they had those. But that's enough to make Mimi be like, all right, you show me 2 weeks of pay stubs and show you're on the right track, and maybe we'll figure this out. 2 weeks of pay stubs, Steve? I mean, come on.
I think the great Ted DiBiase once said, everybody has a price.
Everybody's gotta pay.
I'm fucking impressed, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So now the King of Poland has got to get a day job. So we're there. And we come back to Drew's house. Kate and crew just show up. They always come into Drew's house and they see Drew getting something out of the fridge. So Kate's like, oh, look at little Chubby. And she grabs him, but Earl pops up. Look at a little pudgier, too. Does he got like padding on or is he just packed
Totally
on?
does.
Steve?
God bless this man, but just looking at him is hilarious. I think that for me, that's a big draw in his comedy. He's got the haircut. He always kept that, even in his 20s. He just looks like a funny person. Like, dude, you have to do comedy.
He was made to make people laugh, Steve. So they're like, yo, what are you doing here? And he kind of like just is like, oh, bye, bye, bye. He makes this weird like monkey noise and just leaves. Drew comes in. They're like, do you give this guy a key or something? He's like, no. And they find out that Earl left his jacket. So Drew's like, all right, we got to go through this guy's pockets and see what the hell's going on here. And they do.
They find his driver's license, and it has his name, his full government name, his address, but it's Earl's face. And Drew's like, well, he wants my life. And Lewis is like, here's a thought. Let him have it.
Yeah. He's caught, Steve. So we cut back to Winford Louder. Mimi shows up. She sees Drew sitting at his desk. And she's like, oh, look at this fat shit. And the guy turns around. It's Earl, Steve. And he's now got a wig on, too. It just keeps upgrading. He keeps figuring it out as he goes. And she's like, oh, shit.
What'd you do with Drew? You lock him in a closet somewhere? No. Is he bound and gagged in the trunk of your car? No. Oh, well, have you thought about tying him to a chair and dangling a roast beef just out of reach of his tongue so it drives him crazy? Just a thought.
The real Drew shows up and he like throws one at Mimi and she says like, oh, I got Deja Pig or something like that. And then Drew realizes Drew 2 is like right next to him. He's like, oh, Jesus. Because it's like looking in a mirror at this point, Steve. A slightly off mirror, but still, it's getting weird.
What's with the Ken wig? And then Mr. Wick comes out. Good Lord, Carey. You didn't tell me you had a son? I don't.
Oh, God. But he likes this new Drew. This new Drew was sending out documents and memos in Drew's name. So he's causing a bunch of kerfuffle. But Mr. Wick's like, I kind of like this new Drew. You know what? We're going to have a Drew off. And the best Drew gets to keep the job or whatever. So now Earl's really causing some problems, Steve. And not just of the kidnapping and pointing a gun kind.
Earl, he apologized. He's like, look, man, I don't want to cause this much drama in your life. So he takes off the glasses. He takes off the wig. It's like, you know what? Why don't you and your friends come by and have a beer?
Couple of pints.
Yeah. So he leaves. And then the King of Poland comes in and he's like, you put on weight since I seen you this morning. wait, hold up. I didn't hire you. Well, little you did.
So King of Poland, he's out of job because Carey's like, nah, I'm not having this. I do love. He's like, did you gain weight since? He's so surprised, as you should be. He might have a glandular issue. So Drew's not hiring this lunatic. King of Poland, Steve. Mimi sees this. She's not happy either.
She gives him a book on Poland. And she points out this Crystal Palace. This Crystal Palace that you're talking about? Yeah, this palace is a big pile of rubble.
But with you, you could do everything with it, baby. You could make something
worthy of your beauty. So,
oh,
yeah, she looked like she stank, man. But shout out to her. Now we're at Drew's house. They're planning on how to make their exit as soon as possible. They're like, all right, man, we'll give them 5 minutes and then we leave. And we even have our own cue. Like one of us just starts yawning and then that's when we bounce. So they get there and it's an exact replica of Drew's house.
Exactly. Like it's psycho shit. Everyone's like, holy shit. And even like, I think Oswald or somebody's like, well, you're not going to have trouble finding the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then Earl, he shows up. But we find out, Steve, that in a psychotic twist that everyone saw coming, this going away party for Earl isn't him moving to some other town or starting a new life someplace as Earl. This is him killing off his Earl identity so he can become Drew fully, Steve. Sick shit right there. That's crazy. That's single white female shit, Steve. That's really what this is. Shout out to Bridget Fonda again.
He got a pizza for everybody. So they open the pizza and he's pissed because he told them no olives on the pizza. No olives. So he turns around and they try to pick out every olive in the pizza.
Also, who's cutting a pizza with a damn butcher knife? Chill out, man. He's brandishing this shit. Like, get a pizza cutter, my guy. You know, what is this? He's like, oh, this little thing? This ain't to intimidate you. That's what this is for. Tool.
Yeah. Because, yeah, he pulls it out. Drew says, like, oh, that's a toy gun. Oh, really, Drew? How lucky have you been in your life? Oh, my God, that's a real gun. So why don't you come into the kitchen where I'll kill you? Look, Oswald, this is like, I don't think he's ever done anything this brilliant ever on this show. It's like, look here, I can prove that you can't kill Drew mathematically. Oh, okay, I'm interested. I've always been good at math. So if a train is leaving Pittsburgh to Detroit at 140 miles per hour, and then there's another train going 125 miles per hour from Boston to Albany, New York, and then he just knocks him over.
Yeet! But that's good teamwork. All three of the dudes jump on this guy. So they're in sync. They get Earl down. And as Kate's calling the police, like, yeah, all the press is going to be here in a second to know how much of a crazy psycho you are. And then all of them are like, you guys thinking what I'm thinking? And they start peppering Earl's body, subdued body, with Buzz beer stickers, Steve. Because that's good advertising. You never know if Cops is going to be on, and you're going to see Buzz beer all over that.
But in the closing credits, Oswald, he runs into the Warsaw Tavern and streaks the bar as some Buzz beer publicity stunt. But it's just all old guys who just came from the matinee or something.
Yeah, they're just old drunks, Steve, playing chess. Not impressed at all by Oswald's junk. Not even moved. They don't care.
Yeah. It's like it didn't happen.
They're not drinking Buzz beer, and they never will. Now they're just going back to the chess. But shout out to Oswald. Nice ass.
Great ass. It's like it didn't happen.
They're not drinking Buzz beer, and they never.
And also in 1997, NewsRadio is airing Season 3, Episode 19, Office Feud. The staff deals with noisy new neighbors on the floor above them. Catherine is unhappy with Bill with the way he reads a commercial and with his faking an endorsement of a product he's never tried.
What's up, y'all?
In the shiggity-diggity house.
Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor. Damn. So good. This is such a good Phil Hartman episode of the show. This is a really good episode of this show, too, honestly.
It's got some of that candy. Ow.
God bless, dude. Just after watching CB4 again and just linking that together, even watching this one, like, do you see what she looks like in this? God damn, woman. Please leave something for some other ladies out there because it's fantastic. But anyway, we start off, we're in WNYX, Bill's in the booth, and he's doing his first read for Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor, which is just, what's up, y'all? It's him just really going in on the Ebonics, Steve, and heavy. And it seems almost a little disrespectful.
It's very Papa Pump. Holla if you hear me. Big Bad Booty Daddy's in his house.
Damn. He even sounds like that little drop that they have on mixtape. Like, damn, son, where'd you find that? That's that. That's the precursor. He even says after he does the first read, he's like, Billy D. Williams, watch out. And I got to be honest, I'm in the market for some Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor right now, Steve. That ad reads so good.
Then they cut to Catherine, and she's just like, oh, my God. You know, we cut to Dave's office, and he hears some banging on the ceiling. Then shortly after that, Jimmy Jam, he comes in, and apparently there's a White House Easter egg hunt that Lisa's hosting.
Yeah, I guess that's a tradition. Jimmy loves it. Billionaire, whatever, millionaire owner of a radio company. You think this guy's a scumbag. Why would he love Easter or Easter Bunny? But there's a tragic part of this where Jimmy reveals that he would have done what Lisa's doing, but he's been banned from the White House for life because of some shenanigans at a past Easter celebration where he got a little too sauce, Steve.
The Carter administration, they saw him getting it in or trying to get it in with Mrs. Carter, I guess, and he hasn't received an invite since. And apparently he also took a whiz in the Rose Garden. So
he called the First Lady Hot Lips, and that's cool. I mean, that's a great, like, something just to tell somebody at a party for sure. But he ain't allowed. So Lisa's doing remotes, but these remotes are like her interviewing kids, which I don't get. What are you trying to get here? She's not getting a lot, I'll tell you that. It's not exciting news, Steve.
And what's your name, little boy? Pantyhose. No, your name is Tim. Pantyhose. Pantyhose.
Fuck her in the pussy. It's that.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Exactly. He's Baba Booing Lisa, and Jimmy's like, what the hell? I think Dave explained something about like a nonprofit, and I love at the end, Jimmy's like, wait, what is that? What? What is that? What is that? He can't even like process it.
And that noise, it comes back again. Apparently that some new people moved in about a week ago. Joe, he wants to make a complaint. He's pissed throughout this whole episode. So he makes a call. He calls upstairs. He's like, man, look, I was wondering if you could find a way to shut the hell up.
Even after promising to be polite, Steve, because he's trying to talk Beth, the redhead in the office, like, dude, make the call. But she doesn't want to be the office bitch. So he does it. And yeah, you're right. I mean, this is Joe Rogan, Steve. This guy's a trained killer.
Thanks.
You know what? He could go upstairs right now and take care of business, but he left it at some words and they weren't nice. So we'll come back to that. Then we cut to Bill and Matthew being Andy Dick. Bill's getting ready to kick some mad flavor in your ear and having a cigarette too, which I love. Matt shows up and Bill's like, you know what? I got to go because he doesn't want to be there. So he hands Matthew like a cigarette. He's like, hey, take care of this for me. So Matthew holds it like a nerd, burns his fingers and like drops it, and then gets into like this Looney Tunes level procedure to put the cigarette butt out. Instead of just stomping on it, you think he's going to like put it out with a fire extinguisher. And then because he pulls the plug and is pointing it at it, and then he just like stubs it out and leaves the extinguisher just in the middle of the floor, Steve. This is rude.
And then Joe comes in shortly after and he puts it back on the wall and the extinguisher just explodes on him.
He's not happy, Steve. He's seeing red right now. He's about to kick somebody to next week.
Yeah. And he thinks it's the upstairs neighbor.
Well, I mean, he did make that call, Steve. He made that call. You don't tell somebody to shut the hell up on the phone and not expect a star 69 or a fire extinguisher in the face. Joe's convinced these people are yuppies. These people are against him. And so that's just boiling. The it's on boil right now. It's simmering a little bit, Steve. And then we cut to Bill and Kathy again. And he's doing another line read for this Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor. This company must be paying a lot of money because he's doing multiple line reads every hour. And Catherine's just like, you got to stop this. This is awful.
It's got the mad flavor. So when your party starts bumping and the ladies start bouncing, turn it up with Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor.
Damn. I love that. I just love damn. I can't get it up. But Bill's like, look, man, you're just jealous, right? But at the same time, this is at a level of like disrespect where it's almost like you could just throw some water in this guy's face for some of these line reads, Steve.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, Jimmy, he wants to come in so he can listen in on this Easter egg hunt. And we also find out that he stole a couch from the Abraham Lincoln bedroom.
Jimmy Jam. So then we actually hear this White House thing. We cut back to Lisa again. She's talking to this kid. Now this stuff's getting a little interesting because this kid's like, yeah, my dad is a senator. I'm not going to tell you who he is, but these Korean guys gave him a boat and he's owned by these Korean guys who gave him a boat. And yeah, so he's basically revealed some sort of crazy conspiracy. So Lisa's like, who's your dad? Like, what's the name? Come on, kid. What's the name? And he's like, pantyhose. Fuck her in the pussy. And he just runs out. So was that a setup just to get her to the fuck her in the own pussy? Like, I think he was setting her up. Like, he doesn't have a senator dad, Steve. This kid's a genius.
We back to Catherine and Bill. He says Rocket Fuel is an appropriate drink. I'd proudly serve it. So then she gives him a bottle of Rocket Fuel. And he's not prepared for it.
Damn.
So
like she doesn't put it out and that comes out, dude. It's perfect.
And then we cut back to Matthew. He's in the break room and he's making a sandwich. The sandwich looks gross, by the way. He puts one in the microwave and then he goes away as he's fixing another one. He just puts a bunch of peanut butter in. So as he leaves, Joe walks in with Beth and he opens the microwave after it goes off and it just erupts in Joe's face. He's pissed again, Matt.
He got bukkakied with whatever, maybe marshmallow fluff. I mean, this was fresh out of the microwave, Steve. He's burning alive, and he's not even that pissed. So before karate kicking through the cabinet, he leaves, and Catherine and Bill walk in as he's leaving because Catherine's like, come on, Bill, money where your mouth is. Let's try out this Rocket Fuel, baby. And she actually pours him a little Dixie cup full of it. And without saying it, goes, damn. It doesn't look like he likes it.
And then she gives him another sip. He takes a sip, and you could tell he can't stand it.
Catherine's acting like she's drinking it. So every time he, like, shoots it, she's, like, throwing it back behind her neck. So that's, you know, who knows how many of these he's had. TBDs, Steve.
In the next scene, Bill is in Dave's office. You could tell that Rocket Fuel has had an impact on him because Dave could tell from his actions, like, dude, did Rocket Fuel give you free samples? Because Bill's on 10, Matt.
Oh, he's fully loaded. He's talking to a picture of Lisa that Dave has on his desk that he believes is Dave's mother.
Yeah.
He apologizes for picturing her nude, but doesn't give back the picture right away, which I thought was hilarious. But then at some point, he's like, I gotta go to work. There's work to do. And then he's fully wasted. So Dave's like, okay, get out of here. Noise keeps going. And this is another running gag where Dave will get up on his desk when this noise gets to be too much, keeps poking the ceiling. But every time he does, like a crazy level of dust or asbestos, I don't know what it is, Steve. He looks like Scarface at the end of the movie.
The ceiling asbestos. Now, Catherine, she's made new copy for Bill to read. It's very VH1. Trust me on this. It's very Ilsendiotic.
Disnoofus giz mama. It's a lot of that.
And this is before Snoop. Maybe this is his inspiration. Gazaza. It means hello or goodbye.
Gaza, what's up? You know, she throws it out there. He bites, Steve. A little his nooseness and my baboosness.
Dindy.
Yeah, well, that's a real slang. That's real. But genius. Catherine, beautiful and smart. She knows how to get her way, and she's going to make Bill look a little stupid. So he's like, all right, I'm feeling illnotic or ill-mad. I don't even know some of the words he's saying. He's putting off some crazy shit. We cut back to Dave's office, and Jimmy and him are listening to yet another Lisa remote. And this time the kid just, like, she's interviewing her kid with an egg in his hand. The kid just smashes
girl.
Is it a girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Needless to say, this whole remote thing, I don't understand it. I don't get it. It ain't working, Steve. This is not Walter Cronkite level journalism.
And then the guy upstairs calls, and we don't hear what he's saying, but Dave, he's going back and forth with the guy, and apparently he's demanding Dave apologizes. It's like, wait, hold up.
You kidding me? Even nerdy Dave's like, that's it. I'm about to go whoop some ass. So cut up to the 14th floor. Dave gets up there to this office. It's some environmentalist group, which I think is why Joe thought they were yuppies. It just sounds pretentious. So Dave comes in there on 10. You kind of hear the same noise. It's like a weird cadence of bangs. So Dave's like, yeah, I'm the guy from downstairs. What's up with all this noise? You said I owe you an apology? I think you owe us an apology because all this bullshit racket. And the guy's like, wait, I'm so sorry. He's like actually like apologetic. He's like, I was trying to apologize. And he starts moving, and then you realize this guy's in a wheelchair, Steve. So the whole vibe of this confrontation just completely flattens out. Dave's like, oh, okay, cool.
I think we got off on the wrong foot.
You didn't, can you come on? He can't do anything. And he basically just straight up is like, look, I'm actually going to go because I'm incredibly embarrassed right now. He just says it. I got to go. So he leaves. We stay in the office. The door closes, and there's a redhead who kind of looks like Beth that they've mentioned. And this guy in the wheelchair is like, I guess that's going to keep him off our backs for a couple weeks. And at first I was like, is this guy faking a wheelchair? No, he's just playing wheelchair basketball, Steve.
I mean, it's like you're punching down when you do anything with the handicap. So it's like they kind of get some grace, even in this. Like, because what are you going to do?
Flip his chair, Steve.
Yeah. Roll him into traffic.
Yeah, so now Dave's mortified. He comes down emotionally and in an elevator.
We cut to the Rocket Fuel rep. He comes in and he fires Bill. And Bill's like, what happened, dude? It's like, well, we have street cred until that ad happened. So we got to let you go. And then he sees Catherine. He's like, look, are you Catherine? Nope. Don't even think about it.
What? I was saying all the right stuff. This stuff is whizzity whack. That's good.
Chris Happy.
It's Chris Happy. But then we see Dave come down, see Joe and Matthew, and he's like, look, guys, you're not going up there. You're not going up there. This guy's in a wheelchair. So Dave and Matthew realize that, and I think Joe immediately just takes off, right? He's like, oh, shit, and he just takes off. He's like, wait. And the wheelchair guy is about to use another elevator, And Joe's like, you got to stop, man. And the guy's like, what? You booby trap the button? He's like, yeah, actually, I did. He's like, I know.
I see all the duct tape. Yeah. So he pushes the button, no problem. He gets on the elevator and he's gone. Joe's like, dude, how was he able to do that? Like, so Matthew, he pushes the button and it shoots out blue ink.
Yeah. And Joe's like, huh, that's crazy. That's hilarious. And then it shoots blue ink on him, just unabated. And Joe's like, I'm actually impressed by that. Props.
Yeah, whoever did that, handicap man. What are the callbacks for this week?
Well, I know you're not going to support it, Steve, because you were pretty non-vocal about Ninja Turtles 3. But I just want to throw a couple fun facts into the mix, maybe just to illuminate why this movie's not as credible as the other ones. One, this was not a Jim Henson joint at all. They used another company called Golden Harvest who took it over because they said the robotics weren't as good as what they could do. And I don't think that the turtles necessarily look that bad or like any worse than the Jim Henson ones, but they do look kind of corny. So I'll give you that. But I just feel like there's some unnecessary hatred here. And for a Ninja Turtle-aholic, I'm a purist, Steve. So you throwing me some Ninja Turtles with some Ronin Shogun outfits on too, on top of that, I'm buying that stock, Steve. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Turtles fan too, but I could do without Leonardo in Genghis Khan gear. But
Man. Hey, it's all right.
No judgment though. But in 1990, MacGyver's airing The Last Amadeus, and you'll never guess who the baddie is in this episode. The final boss, if you will. It's Stanley from Golden Girls. So I'm like, dude,
Stanley!
I can't take this episode serious. What the hell?
What was he doing? What was his scheme?
They wanted to steal this Amadeus. What was it? It was some Amadeus piece. I want to say there was like a violin. It was the last violin of Mozart. It was some shit like that. And the lady who MacGyver's trying to help, her dad had that violin. And so him and his henchmen, like they're just dead set on getting this violin, the last Mozart, last Amadeus violin. But Stanley with a gun trying to be threatening, like, I'm not buying it.
You think I'm scared of you, MacGyver? Have you ever met my ex-wife?
In 98, Seinfeld is airing The Burning, and oh my God, dude. So Kramer and his little buddy, they're supposed to be doing PSAs for STDs. And they're getting into a fight about who's going to be gonorrhea. Who's going to be like, no, dude, I'm supposed to be a gonorrhea. Like, you only want to be gonorrhea because I'm gonorrhea. That becomes a whole thing. George, he realizes that it's best to leave the office on a good comedic note, because in the opening scene, he says something that makes the coworkers laugh. And then he says another joke and everybody's just like, oh, shit. So then he realized, like, you know what? I got to know when to leave the table. So if I make a joke, I got to leave the office. So, I mean, again, another example why this show is great, just so intricate and at the same time kind of surreal. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister, assess yourself. She liked the big long dicks.
I brought my Jimmy hat.
Oh my God! Please check out Fusho Fanatics as well as Crushgasm every Wednesday. Oh my! Check out Clark the Shark and our guy Wrestling Bronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G.
Happened in the 90s.
Matt was the fat kid, Steve was the flat kid. Life wasn't always great, but you know what was? The 90s. Happened in the 90s. Yeah!
She liked the big long titties.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.